Today is Wednesday, August the 11th, and it's interesting. I mean, the McClellan oscillator has finally broken a little bit higher. The summation index is turned higher as well. Let's take a look at the averages. The Dow popped to a new high. Remember, the infrastructure bill was passed, and then you have this tremendous 3.5 budget that passed the Senate, but only to go to committee. It's still got to be voted on. It's certainly not, by any stretch of the imagination, a done deal. The details have to be worked out. NASDAQ came back to this green line, but the new closing high now is up here. So it's making a run to its closing high, but it was down. And the S&P made a new high today. So we can take that line and we can move it to here. This is the new closing high that we're going to be looking at. Apple is just sort of moving along in this bullish pennant here. I do honestly think it's moving up. The test is going to come in the next few days with the Chiku span on the top of these clouds. So we're going to look here for our support over the next few days. Hope you're enjoying the music in the background. Abbott punctured the thinnest part of the cloud. This is where the least resistance is. So after resistance on the 50, after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, it plummeted and it dropped where? Through the thinnest part of the cloud where you see least resistance, which you would expect. There's no support right there. So that's the Ichimoku working for you. Caterpillar had an awesome day today. Really glad that got into this one. I got into this one on the bounce off of the 200. Now it's made this new high, higher than this point right here. Let's just draw that little line in there. And the Chiku span, where did the Chiku span get rejected today? Well, didn't quite make it to the 50. So where we're going to look for it tomorrow to get resistance is going to be right here. That's the value where the Chiku span hits the 50, but the price will still be in the cloud. So tomorrow, look for something around 224.53 to be resistance. So let's watch this tomorrow. IBM still under the 50. Banks, big move. US Bank, big move. So banks are going higher. NIO had earnings after hours. Apparently the earnings were good. So we'll see what that's going to result in tomorrow, but we're now tracing along the 50, and the Chiku span today fell below the 50, but ended up just above the 50. So we're going to look for NIO to move higher based on its earnings. SAVA didn't do anything, stuck around that previous 100% Fibonacci. I still have the weekly short 110 calls, which I sold for $4.40. They're very rich because of the high volatility for this stock. The calls are very expensive to buy, but very lucrative to sell. So ending below 110 on Friday would just be a gift for me. Don't know if I'm brave enough to say I'm going to do that again next week. I'm going to take a look at the new Woody's pivots for next week and maybe decide late Friday, but maybe wait until Monday. Square, nice pullback. What have I got? I've got short 280 calls. So ending below 280 would be wonderful. Here's support on the 8 EMA. That's very positive. That's all I'm going to cover today. I'd have to say the market is still looking vibrant, strong. The Dow, I mean, that's an indication we might come down and test, but we should be going higher. The NASDAQ is still looking to make new highs after this normal rejection of a first high. This is just part of teething to going higher. If we do have a pullback, it's going to be to a lesser Fibonacci level. And once we see it, a pullback starting, we'll take a look and measure it. But I just don't see it happening right now. Things are just looking too good. COVID, of course, is still on the horizon as a bit of a bear.